Hi, Chris Robler here. Welcome to our third session on maintaining good mental and physical health after the age of 70. Today we'll be talking about meditation. There's a lot of good stuff out there on the web regarding this subject, and I've homed in on three different types of meditation. I'll be focusing on one in detail, and I have two others that I'll put up on a PowerPoint presentation after this discussion, and you can take a look at them at your own leisure. So, meditation defined. Meditation focuses one's mind for a period of time in silence or with the aid of chanting for religious or spiritual purposes, or as a method of relaxation. So we'll be focusing on the relaxation aspect of that meditation today. Meditation can stop the stress response and slow your heart rate, calm your breathing, reduce cortisol levels, and create space between yourself and what is stressing you. We'll be looking at guided imagery meditation in detail, and the key to guided imagery meditation is to pay attention to what is happening around you. Use the power of imagery. In other words, believe that what you are imagining has already happened. This is absolutely key. Use the power of positive thinking. They're all very aware, as I am, that positive thinking really does have an effect on one. And then also think harmony, peace, and love. This is really important as well as a de-stressor in general, is to think along those lines of harmony, peace, and love. Guided imagery meditation is easier for most to use than other forms of meditation, as it requires less time and discipline to develop a high level of skill. This is because it seduces a mind with appealing sensory images, and that have their own natural pull. So the more you can imagine stuff yourself, the better this form of meditation will work for you. So imagery works best in a permissive, relaxed, unforced atmosphere. So try not to get too intense about doing it right. There are many ways to do this correctly. Your choice of imagery content needs to be congruent with your values. So don't try to impose imagery on yourself that doesn't sit right with you. Let your images come up and work for you. Don't get stuck in somebody else's way. So I'm going to give you some examples here. But these are purely examples. You don't need to follow them at all. Do what you feel comfortable with. If you aren't used to being both relaxed and awake at the same time, you will routinely fall asleep during the imagery session. If you want to stay awake, you might try sitting up, standing, walking, or listening with your eyes half open. So this is the reason that I do this sort of meditation laying down at night, because I get a double whammy out of it. I get the meditation part of it, and then with a bit of luck, I fall asleep before the session is 100% finished, and I get the added benefit of a really good night's sleep. Feel free to wriggle and scratch to stay comfortable, but try not to change your position. Usually an imaging exercise, regardless of what it is for, will clear a headache, relieve stress, lift mood, and reduce chronic pain, which is a wonderful added bonus. So this is a routine that I recommend for you to follow. First of all, you have a nice hot bath or a shower and relax in bed. Stretch and fold your arms, stretch out and fold your arms over your chest or tummy. I refer to the folding arms over the chest as the sarcophagus position, so you can imagine that. Then close your eyes and breathe deeply. Deep, relaxed breathing is key. The breathing itself really helps you to relax and focus. Think of your first issue, and I've given an example here that if you have a sore hip that's been troubling you, just imagine that hip is better. Think carefully about it. You can feel it there. It's feeling a little bit uncomfortable. You know where it does get sore. And think about it as being better. Think about yourself being able to get up in the morning, hop out of bed, and really get along without it being a nuisance to you. Do this for about 4 minutes, and then move to your next opportunity for healing. You may have, for instance, somebody that you're close to that is not feeling well, that has a problem of their own. So focus on this person and imagine them as being better. And this is very, very rewarding to be able to think of your friend or relative and think of them being over their problem. It's very, very empowering, and I assure you it does work. So follow the above routine for the next, say, 4 or 5 issues. If you're still awake, you may have fallen off to sleep by then. And at the end of this, say to yourself, I'm so grateful that all my wishes have been granted. Gratitude is hugely important. We should never take for granted all the wonderful things that we have in our lives, particularly now that we've reached this position where we can influence the course of events around us without having to worry about the other aspects that we always used to worry about when we were younger, like making money and success at work, etc. We can now focus on these issues, which I would say should be more important to us now. So then after that, enjoy a good night's sleep. And if your mind has wandered off onto other things at that time, that's fine. But when you wake in the morning, express gratitude once more for before you get out of bed. This is so important. And I can assure you, you will see improvements within days. For my own personal situation, using Qigong, which we talked about in the last session, and using meditation has really helped me to overcome issues with a persistent sore knee, which I got from over-exercising, and also a persistent sore hip, which had been dogging me for ages and just didn't seem to want to clear up. Both of those are now much better. I wish I could say that they were 100%. That's a lie. I probably have 90 to 95%. But be careful with these. You're going to feel better, and don't think that it means that you can now act like a young spring chicken again and start running at 5 to 8 miles an hour on the treadmill, or get out and do an abnormal amount of exercise. Just be gentle with yourself. So with that, thank you very much for joining me. I'm now going to go on to the PowerPoint slide and go over what we've talked about right now, and you'll be able to see the other 2 items of meditation. That's focused attention meditation and open-mindedness meditation. We'll be getting back together in about a month's time to look at the next aspect. We'll either look at some forms of exercise, physical exercise, or look at another mind subject called EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique, which looks very interesting as well. Anyway, thank you again for joining me, and I do hope that you will get some measure of help out of this session. Thank you so much. Goodbye.